The COVID-19 pandemic has been disrupting the lives of billions across the world. Yet how refugees and immigrants are coping with the situation has been grimly reported. Weave Tales has partnered with Florida Immigration Coalition and We Are America to find out how these communities are dealing with the epidemic through the voice of their leaders and to discuss what needs to be done for now to better protect their lives. Today we are interviewing Ahmed. Ahmed was working towards a doctorate in quantum physics at the University of Cairo, where he also taught until he was forced to flee Egypt for his safety in 2015. He had by that time already been suspended twice from his teaching position for political reasons related to the advocacy for academic independence and against the politically motivated expulsion, detention, and killings of students and others by the Egyptian security forces in the aftermath of the 2013 coup that brought the current government to power. Soon after his departure from the country, he was fired from his position at the university. He also learned he had been charged criminally as a civilian before a military court, which proceeded to try him in absentia on terrorism charges along with multiple other defendants and sentenced him to death. The charges were quite wild. What little evidence the prosecution bothered to present appeared to have been extracted under torture, and the trial was denounced as a sham, not only by human rights organizations like Amnesty and Human Rights Watch, but also by multiple factions of an otherwise very divided Egyptian civil society. Nonetheless, having been tried in absentia, a process that gave him no right to counsel at trial, Ahmed had and has no way of appealing this verdict without returning to Egypt. Ahmed was in the United States when this verdict was finalized, and when it became also clear that Qatar University, where he had been teaching since leaving Egypt, would not renew his contract due to his refusal to stop speaking about what was going on in Egypt. He therefore applied for asylum in the United States.
My name is Ahmed Abdel-Basit. I am 35 years old. I am from Egypt. I was working as a physics lecturer at Cairo University for like 10 years. And then I left Egypt in 2015 after they fired me from my job because of my opposition to the Egyptian regime and the government of Sisi. And then I went to Qatar. I worked in Qatar University for 1 year and a half. And during my working in Qatar University, they put me in unfair military case, and they sentenced me to death in absentia in 2016. That's why I changed my way and came to United States to apply for asylum. I applied for asylum in 2016 in August, and in 2018, April 2018, exactly from 2 years, ICE arrested me and asked me to leave the country because the Egyptian embassy in Washington sent a lot of fake report about me that I am a terrorist and I support radical Islamists. And I stayed for like 5 months in the Elizabeth Detention Center, but because of my students, and a lot of human rights organization here and the community, they supported me, and they give me a lot of support, a lot of letters of support, and especially Human Rights Watch and Human Rights First. The judge finally gave me the asylum in August 2018, and now I am one part of the USA community. I am working in high school in Jersey City, and I am doing my research in physics and do a PhD in physics, inshallah. I will do PhD in physics. I'm finished requirements now, and I will join, inshallah, maybe next year in PhD program. I am working as a physics teacher in New Jersey, in high school, and especially in Union City in New Jersey. And unfortunately, today I know that one of my students got a positive test for the corona, and one of my coworkers, one teacher with us, also got a positive test. So I heard about the corona from newspaper at the end of 2019. And because of it started in China, at the beginning I read the newspaper and I read a lot of news about the epidemic and don't give a big interest at the beginning. But once the cases start in United States, we start to do a lot of caution during our school, and finally we got order to close the school, and then all the country closed. So during these steps, I learned many things, starting from take care of the social distance between people, even if we don't have epidemic case, and teach the student to take care of their health, take care of the way they dealing with the others, especially for the private stuff for each one, and to make a check-up for your health every period of time, and to try to read about the health cases and the epidemic around the world, to be aware by everything around you. You know, New Jersey is state number 2 after New York for the number of cases, and we have everything closed, and all the schools are closed. And if you need to get something from Walmart or BJ's or wherever, you have to stay away. If you see yesterday a lot of photos from Walmart, New Jersey, the line is like 1 mile outside the Walmart, and between the first one and second one, or between each two persons, is like 2 or 3 meters. The life is completely stopped here. Sometimes I go outside to walk after 7 p.m. and I found nothing in the street, no people, no restaurant open, nothing, no life in New Jersey. And the same in New York. You know, New York and New Jersey is 2 states very close together, is like one big state. So we are trying to deal with this, especially Ramadan is coming, and we try to do our prayers in Ramadan, but all mosques are closed now, and we hope the epidemic finish before Ramadan start, because you know, we as Muslims need to participate and feel the soul of Ramadan and the Islamic traditional in Ramadan. But I hope all the situation will be settled before Ramadan, inshallah. Schools are closed in New Jersey, but the teaching is still going online. So we work online from 8 to 3 every day. Like this interview, I am teaching them via Zoom, and I give them the exams, and they send me the exam right away. And between the classes and between the session, I am used to ask them about their health, how they feel. When we know that one of my students got a positive test, all of them pray for him and called his family to ask for any needs. So even the funny comment during the session is related to coronavirus, and we try to deal with this. Kids and students I'm teaching to 17, 18 years old, high school, 11th grade and 12th grades. So they are adult enough, they know everything, they follow the news. I'm trying to ask them to teach their lower kids, the little kids, to follow them. Before saying that, I used to work with many organizations here, but the majority of my work or my service is to political issue, not especially political, to human rights activists. So I called my lawyer she's working in Human Rights First, and she's the one defend me in front of the immigration judge. And I asked her to make campaign, and this campaign is related to release the immigrant people from ICE. She said, we already working in campaign. I asked her if you need any help from me. I am one of the cases. I lived there for 5 months. So I know the situation there. I know how many people inside one dorm. We are 22 person inside the same dorm. So if one got corona, the whole dorm will be affected. So she told me we are doing now a letter to the official leaders, and if we need to do anything like online campaign or something like this, I will let you know. So I'm trying to help people in detention center to get free now, and then immigration judge and the court will be check their cases later after this epidemic go over. Okay, I have a big family in Egypt. I have like 14 uncle and I have my wife and my kids still in Egypt, and I have 5 siblings in Egypt. So I am talking with most of them, especially the nearest people to me, my nearest family or my close family. And you know, in Arab countries, they didn't take or they don't take the situation serious. But especially we don't have a lot of cases in Egypt. In Egypt, we have only 2,000 cases, and the number of death cases is like 103 yesterday. So the people is dealing with the situation not so serious. But from my Facebook page, I have 84,000 followers, majority of them from Egypt. I'm trying to send them messages every day about the situation of this epidemic, and they should have their caution and try to be stay at home, because the government said people should stay at home from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. When I saw anyone post photo during the time that not allowed to be outside, I'm sent to him privately and ask him take the situation serious, please. We have a lot of cases in USA. We didn't take the situation serious at February. A lot of people say this is not a big issue, but now you see New York is locked down, New Jersey is locked down, big business is locked down. I have 3 of my family, they have private business and stores. They affected by this because they closed the stores, but I'm used to talk with them to be patient. We have a lot of cases like you in USA, and a lot of people lost a lot of money, but the human is coming first, and then money will be later. The big problem in Egypt in online, they started the online teaching in some schools, not all schools. The governmental schools, they didn't start the online teaching, and I will tell you why. But some of the private and international school, they don't the online teaching. For governmental school, they send them like email, and they ask them to do something during the whole week, and a student will go to, or the parent will go to the school and submit the work for the, or the report for the admin of the school. And the big problem is a lot of people and a lot of family in Egypt, they don't have internet connection, and they do not have laptop. And some of them, they have internet connection and have laptop, but the internet connection is very, very bad. And I saw a lot of comment on Facebook, students at university. University is online teaching, under online teaching now. The student takes screenshot from the teacher. He starts to talk and start to explain something, and the internet start to be very bad, and the screen is freezing, and they didn't hear from the teacher. So the infrastructure in Egypt is very bad related to the internet wire and internet connections. That's why the government school, which have the majority of the students in Egypt, like 20 millions or more. You know, Egypt is 104 million. They only ask for something report, and at the end of the month, they have to send the report to the school. I hope after this epidemic finished, they take care of the infrastructure related to the internet, and they deal with the poor students, that more than 20 millions, with the way that international schools and very rich schools deal with their students. I found another campaign of people saying if you find one finish his job or the job closed because of the epidemic, we are here to give him or the family some money to bring their stuff during these days, especially Ramadan is coming and family need a lot of stuff during Ramadan. We did a big campaign with the human rights organization all over the world, in UK, especially in UK and United States, to release detainee in Egypt. We have 70,000 detainee in Egypt in very, very bad situation. So we are trying to make press release. We are trying to make reports from already Human Rights Watch did many reports about Egypt and Amnesty International, and we helped them with a lot of cases, cases in the jail with a very bad health situations, and we are trying to get them free, especially the old people from them, and especially those who have a very bad health situation. And another campaign we did in Egypt, we have more than 1,000 doctors in jail. So the doctor from the jail make like a letter to get us free and get us outside, and we're gonna help in the hospitals and in the places where the epidemic is spreaded or are spreaded. So we deliver this message and we spread this message to all the newspaper and organization, and we hope the Egyptian government take this in their account or their consideration. So let us see. I would like to change the mindset of my student to take care of science and take care. I used to say that to my student, but after this epidemic, I think they're gonna take my words in serious, because before some of my students need to be basketball player, they need to be a singer, they need to be something businessman, whatever. But now after this, I saw a lot of my students need. I wish I got a doctor now to help people. I wish I got nurse. So in the last session, I told them, I hope in the future, some of you will be a researcher and a medical researcher to help us to find a vaccine for any epidemic coming. And I hope some of you will be doctors, some of you will be chemists, and some of you will be physicists, and so on. So I'm trying to deliver this to my students. And the second thing, for the community, I'm trying to make the community more and more active for the situation in detention center here for refugees and for immigrants, and for the other detainee in Egypt. For Egypt, we continue our fight for freedom in Egypt and our demand to make the detainee outside the jail in Egypt, and I found a lot of change in mindset of Egyptian people, especially the young one. After this epidemic, we trying to, me and my friend, to hit this point and keep this point, work every time, even after the epidemic finished, and to get a very good fighter from Egyptian for freedom and for human rights and for the community. I need to add that the Egyptian government don't give us the true number of coronavirus cases, because the Arab mentality, and they don't brave enough to say we have like 1,000 cases today, 2,000 cases tomorrow, and that's it. They need to hide the number of cases because they don't need the people to attack them. And another thing I need from the Egyptian people, of anyone from their beloved die because of coronavirus, they have to say, because I know a lot of people died in Egypt and the family didn't say the true reason of death, because they need to take him to the grave and pray for him, and they thought this thing is a shame. That's why I posted many posts about this. People, please, if you got any coronavirus case death, you have to say, because if you go behind the janaza, they will be affected by this. And we have family did this in Egypt. One of the father died, and the kids or the sons didn't say the true reason, and they make preparing for janaza for him, and they put him on the grave, and all the family affected by corona. So this is one of the things we fight to change the mentality of Arab countries. For government, we have a long way, but for the people, inshallah, we will change this very soon.